everyone, and welcome to an LP Alliance live stream. We are LP Alliance Intercaucus Coalition, rebuilding the Libertarian Party and revolutionizing the Liberty Movement. My name is Amanda Griffiths. Where is my name tag? Kyle, how will the people know who I am if there are no name tags? No. My face is utterly unrecognizable. No one will know that I'm Amanda Griffiths. Would you put my name tag at the bottom? Could we do name tag?
I'm trying to remember how to find it.
You go to settings is what happens.
Settings?
Yes.
There's a settings button
there is
here?
a settings button here. Are you crazy? There is at the very bottom.
You have to hover over and go to customize.
Okay, well then do that, please.
And then go to
Guys,
Namis.
We're gonna be okay. So while Kyle fixes the setup here, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We are doing a retro stream of last night's LNC meeting.
And we need to wait a few minutes for everyone to get in here because I'm bad about buffer. And so instead of looking at me and Amanda, here's Evan McMahon to stare lovingly into your eyes.
You know, he looks very dignified, actually. Like, I'm not being sarcastic. He looks like you could put him into a different, like, you could put him into a military uniform.
See,
and
this is why our names aren't
usually
up for this, for the record.
Okay, well, now you can take the names down. When it was just us, then the names should have been up. It's not that complicated, Kyle. Get it together. So we watched the stream that we had on last night. If you didn't, because it was a very good stream on LLMs, we had a wonderful conversation. The chat was really great. But now, everyone, we are doing a stream on the executive committee meeting last night. It wasn't too long, and some good things happened. We'll get you all caught up. All right, can we go now? Or do we want to do something else? I don't know if there's been enough time. I
think we should start juggling. Can you juggle?
I can juggle multiple realities. I can juggle my thoughts about streaming with you.
Amanda is secretly Dr. Strange, and her secret identity that she hides away is that she is Bender Snatch Cumberbund. So, all right.
Let's go.
Enough people have filed in that we're calling it.
Being recorded.
Thank you to Liberty Centuries for the footage this evening.
About 30 seconds.
30-second water break. Now you can start to see Michaela's eyes.
He looks like he knows, and he's feeling uncomfortable about it.
You're not wrong. Oh man, are we getting the Pat Ford up nose cam?
We are.
We are getting the Pat Ford up the nose cam. Oh, with a light this time.
Angelic Pat Ford.
Angelic Pat Ford. So we got asked yesterday if we were streaming this, and we had the other one planned.
Good evening, everybody. It is Monday, March 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Stephen Akela, Chairman of the Libertarian National Committee, and I'm calling this meeting of the XCOM to order. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready with roll call, please.
Chair Akela.
Present.
Vice Chair Dar.
Here.
Treasurer Redpath.
Yes.
I am here, Mr. Ford.
We have to make sure to stream in the
Watkins.
future.
Yeah.
Just because John's only streaming 720p.
Are present and accounted for.
That makes me sad.
All right.
We need 4K.
Would you not be so ungrateful?
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Oh, no, I'm super grateful for John. I just want to send John enough money for a better streaming setup.
Going once, going twice, going three times. Is there any objection to
the man in the derby hat?
The agenda? Hearing none, agenda is adopted. First item on the list is motion to approve 2026 convention speakers. That was moved by Pat in the email ballot. We picked it up for this meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second. All right.
There was a second, third, fourth, and fifth.
The list of convention speakers, could you go over them one more time?
I apologize.
Oh, it's going to be 15 minutes.
Actually, I just left the Public Utilities Commission, and it's
pouring out. It's brutal out here. If someone could do me a favor, because as is often the case, I'm
Yes.
driving a sketchy 11-foot van.
That's not a convention speaker.
We've got Justin Amash, Amon Bundy, Ford Fisher, who's a journalist,
Two of
Lynn
those names are so
Ulbricht,
close to Amanda.
Joel Salatan, Scott Horton, a representative from Zoho, Dr. Sheena
Gross.
Mead, CEO of the Clean Slate Initiative, representatives of the Libertarian Party of Canada, representatives of the Libertarian Party of Russia. And I don't know, Pat, if you were able to get a hold of the Angola libertarians that were interested in attending.
I am trying to figure out how to call them.
I could have called
I
them,
would
dude.
try WhatsApp. That's how they contacted me. I don't know. I don't know. if they're gonna-
For the record, at regular intervals for the next few weeks, forgive me because there will be additions to this list. Not many, but there will be additions to this list as we fine tune things.
I'm still available for a live
Ford
performance.
Fisher, for example, was able to finalize his travel plans just yesterday. So there's a element of, for the next 3 or 4 weeks, going to be there's going to be some add-ons to that. We have a lot of people interested in appearing before us.
So that speaker list looks good, Pat, the ones I just mentioned.
Yep.
All right. Any discussion on this?
Oh, and that's not Zoho. That's actually the
Did I say Zoho? I meant Zoho.
yeah. Right.
Oh, that's
the
very
crypto
different.
That makes
company.
more sense.
Zoho and Xano
Right,
are
gotcha.
very different.
Xano,
Mr.
I'm
Chair,
totally
Stephen
fine
Akela
using.
mispronounces a word.
Which
Bingo.
email is it? That
I'll
has the
bump it.
full list.
I would have sent that to you directly, Mr. Secretary.
Okay.
I can forward
You
it
know
to
that
you.
Kyle is commenting
Okay,
for
I've
LP
got it.
Alliance because
I've
he
got it.
spelled condolences wrong. Congratulations.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I didn't.
No, condolences is not an SCES.
And I
And
would
that's-
add
That's the
libertarian.
full list. correct?
Congratulations is.
It's not.
That's, as I mentioned, that's a full list. There will
It's a
be
portmanteau.
a handful of
Congratulations and
additions from
condolences.
time
The
to time
spelling
over
would
the
be
next few weeks.
consistent.
But that's what we're approving
Nope.
today.
It's true.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I'm putting that in the minutes.
Pat, do you want to add the LP Angola in there just in case we decide
Bending
to,
my eyes.
or do you want to wait? Until you
Now
talk to them?
let's add that. I think they will
I
bring
can call them,
a
bro.
unique touch. I'm still trying also for Argentina, Uruguay, and Great Britain.
Great Britain won't come.
Because why not?
Argentina will come.
Where's Angola again? Is that little tiny landlocked country between France and Spain, or is that? Am I getting that
That's
mixed up?
that's
with a
that's
different
not
country?
Angola.
I think
Angola.
that's Andorra.
That's
It's in-
Andorra. Okay.
Yeah, it's in
Oh, dear.
southern Africa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know where you're talking about. Yep. I get those mixed up.
Quite the
I
revolution
had
back
to
in the day.
Google it.
Point of revolution. I like that point. Finally,
I
a Roner
want to add that
exception
into
before.
Roner. Yes.
I will
But
say
point of
the
revolution,
Connecticut, I'm
Mr.
sorry, the Canadian one I'm particularly looking forward to because of everything from folks should be watching carefully the Alberta situation and also the Canadian trucker situation. And the hope is that we're going to have, in addition to speeches, we're going to have breakout sessions with some of these folks all in one room.
I
I would like to have a breakout session
All right,
in the same room as the
so
Russian
that's the
Libertarian Party
list.
speakers.
Is there any other discussion?
I meant politically, Kyle. I meant
Sure you did.
politically. I did.
Hearing none, we'll go.
What
to
are
a
they gonna
vote
think
whenever the
about,
secretary's ready.
My sidearm.
Copying this into the
I'll need to explain
vote
that.
tracker. Wait 1 second.
I'm getting a new firearm soon, guys. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. It's very authentic.
It's exactly what you'd expect Amanda to
I
have.
have to step away for just a second.
I
but
think-
I vote yes.
It's poetic. You also can't pre-vote, Andrew.
Okay, Mr. Watkins voted yes. Mr. Nikela,
I vote yes.
or sorry, Chair Nikela. Vice Chair Dar,
I vote yes.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Chair, the votes are 6 yes, 0 no.
Motion passes. All right, next up is move to authorize Chair Nikhila to execute a retainer agreement with Barnaby and Cabot, a DC law firm, to take immediate civil action against former LNC Chair Angela McCardle
Here it is,
with a
guys.
$10,000 retainer and a $650 an hour rate. Is there a second?
Second.
I object to the consideration.
All right, there's an objection to the consideration of the motion. Is objection 2/3?
I think so.
It is 2/3.
So, Joe, I just
And
assumed that
It does
we
not
got those
require a
speakers off the
second,
back
so
of a
Mr.
truck.
Secretary, whenever you're ready.
The speakers list is good. What are you talking about? A lot of them we have because of IALP.
The question was there any mention of the cost for those speakers?
Uh-huh.
And so I'm saying we can't afford them, so we stole them
Second.
off the back of a truck.
Okay.
That's what off the back of a truck means, Amanda. It doesn't mean that they're shitty. This is not out of someone's trunk.
Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't expect any high quality item to be on the back of a truck. Like, that's where I sleep.
How? Oh, of course it is. We do need to add the Pat Ford up
So
nose can
subject to
bingo card.
consideration on the motion.
basically a
to authorize
free
Chair Nikhila
space.
To execute a retainer agreement with Barnaby and Cabot, a DC law firm, to take immediate civil action against former LNC Chair Angela Cardinal with a $10,000 retainer and a $650 hourly rate. Chair Nikhila.
Nay.
This is objection to consideration of the question, by the way, in case you guys
Vice Chair Dar.
missed that. This is a vote on
No.
on not voting on this.
Treasurer Redpath.
No.
I vote no. Mr. Ford.
Pass. He's gonna pass.
You're muted, Mr. Ford.
Or he's gonna abstain.
Same.
Yep.
I'm
Hey!
sorry. Did you say abstain?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chair, the vote is 1 yes, 4 no, and 1 abstention.
All right, the noes have it. So the motion will be considered. I'll speak to it briefly. The litigation committee took up this question as the scope of the litigation committee was expanded. We found this firm, which is giving us a very good rate to take up this civil action. Mr. Hall has reviewed the proposal and approves of it. The litigation committee has taken a look at it. By and large, this is something the body has authorized the LNC would be to take legal action. I know this is something that a lot of members have been asking for, looking for. I had a meeting about a month ago with the Libertarian Party of UK, and they told me they were aghast at what happened here in the US with this whole situation. This is unfortunately an international case or international situation as far as a reputation is concerned. It's not something that's maintained.
This was yesterday, Dave. I'm pausing this for a second to follow up on something Stephen's saying here. With the IALP,
We know about that meeting. Sorry. We know about that meeting. It was not about Angela McCardle, but Angela McCardle was indeed mentioned. That is true. I created an international scandal, essentially, is what happened. That's not entirely untrue.
She's doing this on purpose.
But I did create an international scandal.
I mean, that part's true, but I'm just saying that the interruptions are on purpose.
Yeah. Are you surprised?
No.
Okay, go on.
So every single group that came into the IALP, even the ones that were very, 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 like, not in line.
Can I interject to note that the IALP is the Libertarian International? Can I at least point that out? Because people might be lost there. Okay, thank you.
I mean, Nikhila explained that, but you weren't paying attention, so it's okay.
Well, other people are just tuning in, Kyle.
Every single one of them was like, how is it possible that she has done this and gotten away with it? What, doesn't the U.S. have laws? And it's like, y'all so Hawley elected, guys. You know we don't have laws. You know that the laws only matter if your name's Renee Good or Alex Preddy.
Into, in-house, so to speak. This is something that we need to take care of. And so this is being brought forward today to authorize legal action. I certainly support this, and the floor is open to discussion.
Mr. Chair, I apologize. I can't raise my hand in my current incarnation, so I'd like to get him to speak.
Go ahead, Pat.
So there are two perspectives on this. Number one, there's the perspective of whether or not you want to continue to prosecute Angela. The second issue, of course, is the price and cost efficacy. When we last discussed this, I believe I made in open session a verbal request to get an analysis as to what the cost of this was going to be. And I wonder if that's happened.
Well, you're voting for 50,000.
Do we have any word from litigation committee members that want to speak on this?
Yeah, it's going to cost at least $50,000.
At least. That's a vague term. I've been involved in litigation.
$50,000 is not a vague term.
I've seen at least 50,000. What's the projected rate?
That is what we were told.
At least 50,000. But I mean,
Yeah.
I would,
Most attorneys don't give you a estimate like that. I've been involved in a lot of litigation too. They ask for the retainer.
I have several friends who are attorneys. I worked in legal departments at two major corporations.
Okay.
They absolutely, when pressed, no one wants to lead off with that because, quite frankly, and it's fair of them. They want the business. But I need to understand. There are folks who have reached out to me and have reached out on the list who clearly would be considered in the camp of opposing Ms. McCardle. And even they have expressed considerable concern at the cost involved. Because there's a couple of components to that. Number one,
For chair of what, Jack?
our ability to quote unquote win the case.
He's already sitting down.
Number two, what the judgment will be. And number three, whether or not that judgment will in fact cover even our legal costs on a protracted legal battle. And I don't know how we can make a
50,000
like
for the litigation is
without
the
understanding
suggested
it,
rate.
because
Yes.
this is, even in the eyes of folks who want to prosecute Ms. McCardle, one of them used to be the term privately used term, and so I'll keep that conversation private, but a fool's errand. And that's their words, not mine. So I think we're entering into this with a zero-sum gain, unless, of course, there are those folks who believe that we are in a position to prosecute this at any cost.
There's also an optical consideration.
I would imagine Ms. McCardle's attorney.
Which is non-monetary. Optical considerations are excruciatingly important in politics.
There's also the part where if you're sure you're going to win, which is where we should be, then she's going to pay those legal fees. We're not going to pay those legal fees. Ta-da! So the entire, why don't we do polls on streams? Because the primary platform we use right now is Restream, and Restream does not make it easy to do polls. We have a potential future platform that we've been working with, and if we go that route, then we will probably have polls. But if it costs us nothing in the end because we're quite sure of what happened, then why would we not be happy about this situation? This is obvious. So I think that's a little bit of a silly question on Pat's part, a silly point, and it's one that we've been hearing from several of the Mises aligned people. That's true, Dave. She does only pay if she loses, but like there's an expected value here, right? And the expected value is we gain $50,000 plus make our image clean again. By not going after her, we lose $50,000 and our image is tainted. So like there's no, like from an expected value perspective, not going after McCardle is ridiculous. I think they call this Augustine's gambit.
Would you stop? You know what? I'm
Haven't
going to make
spoken
that
to her
a
about
thing. I'm going to make that
I'm
a thing.
for
That
it.
it's Augustine's gamble.
I'm 100% for this.
Patent pending.
Amanda is also to be known as Augustine.
No, I'm not. Don't call me Augustine. I don't like that. That's so mean.
We're not just going to say, okay, fellas, we're right, we're wrong, whatever. I don't know how we can go forward with this when we're in the financial position we're in. I understand we have money in the bank.
We're
A
in the
lot of that comes
financial
from the
position
sale
we're
of the
in
building,
because
which
of
I
her.
hope the lockbox. That's not happening. You know, we're optimistic about the convention making some money. We want that to go to that when we have to second guess literally every decision imaginable for ballot access. Something that I support, ballot access that is. So again, I'd like to know what the upward potential is, not at least $50,000. Is the upward potential $100,000? Because if in
Upward
fact,
potential is infinite.
case
You don't
is
know how many
won.
billable hours there'll be.
and there's a judgment, the execution of that judgment will be in question. And quite frankly, at every step of the way, legal costs will eat into that, particularly if a one judgment has to go to collections. And we could be out years.
But the thing is, being out years is, you know, the high previous estimate from anybody, and that's from people that like Angela, was about $100,000. So the worry here is we could be out years having lost $100,000 here in exchange for getting our reputation as a political party back. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the whole reason, like him or hate him, most of us have a very second of those opinion. Bill Weld gave $8 million to this party, or brought $8 million in altogether, because there was something to believe in. People believed in the party enough to do it. People aren't going to give $8 million to this party right now because they know that we're going to hire another chair at some point that's going to embezzle it away. We must solve this. This isn't about $50,000 or $100,000. This is about the entire future of the party and having any credibility ever again as libertarians. To me, this is a very obvious choice. You know, Amanda's already made a point that was equally good, better than this, and was much fewer word, so Phil was happier with it. And so at this point, I should shut up and hit play again. I apologize.
So I want a better understanding of what we're, because again, I'm hearing this on this board in two capacities. Number one, I represent a region who the majority of which opposes this. Number two, though, I'm on the executive committee as a member of the board. And it is utmost that I constantly consider the financial ramifications of every single decision we make. So how do we get a better estimate than $50,000?
I'm going to go Mr. Watkins, then Mr. Dar, then Mr. McMahon.
We
Mr.
don't want the
Watkins?
Freedom Calls business.
Yeah, I think two questions. What is the likelihood of prevailing? And then what is the likelihood
Have you
of
never worked with a lawyer? What is the likelihood of this thing that we can't predict?
Are you
Mr.
wanting me
McMahon,
to answer those?
If you'd like, or
Okay,
I
but
know
I
litigation
want to be
committee's
able to
not here.
speak
Sure.
after. Okay.
Okay.
The attorneys feel good about the case. They feel that there's a strong case. You know, no attorney's going to say that you're guaranteed to prevail. I'm not going to comment on the likelihood of collecting because I don't know the finances of the person in question. So there's no reasonable way that a person could state that. But the attorneys feel good about the case. It's not a law firm that just takes on
Evan's hair
cases.
grows quickly.
So they feel good about it and good about representing the Libertarian Party in the matter.
Mr. Watkins, that answer, did you have another question or?
Just statement. So
answerable?
you can go in line. I'm in the back of the
Okay.
line.
All right, Mr. Dar?
And I understand the litigation will be based not on the sick
Litigation
report, but on
based.
the publicly available information that is out there, is what I thought I heard in discussion off on the
That
side
is
last
correct.
time.
The sick
Okay.
report is really irrelevant to, the sick
This
report
report is
belongs to the
sick and
LNC, but
litigation
what
is
the attorneys
based.
do is gonna be really its own separate thing.
That's what I thought I understood. And is there a potential that this could be looked at as the attorney begins looking at things as you engage with the attorney, and it be made a decision not to move forward further if it was looking like the cost was going to be prohibitive?
I think the LNC would reserve that right.
The LNC still, yeah, they still reserve that right to be able to. So that could be revisited in the future. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Mr. McMahon?
I just wanted to comment that, you know, there may, like, we received a couple of emails from people saying they didn't want this, but by and large, since I've been on the board, that has not been the case. That has not been the case. What members have said. Members have said they want some sort of accountability. They don't care if it costs us more than what is on the table. This is what accountability looks like. There was multiple opportunity for that to be resolved. And it was essentially said, you know, the reply was made public to the demand letters, and it was essentially no.
It was much stronger than no.
And
It's
then
like, go fuck yourself.
other statements made through their attorney. So this is the recourse, and it's either say, hey, you can just get away with this thing, or not. That's the question. So,
By the way, apply that logic to censure motions
all I
as
have.
well, and motions. Not much. Sorry,
Mr. Watkins?
not censure motions. Motions
Yeah,
to
I think
remove
this
people.
is all pretty incoherent, and you know, oh, you could talk to members and they'll say yes, we want to pursue this, and then other people talk to other members and they don't want to pursue it. So you know, that's just who you talk to. So I haven't seen much of that at all. I'm not saying people aren't saying that. I'm sure they are. I would not be surprised. I think just the internal recommendation of the SIC report to not pursue this, and that this is not in the best interest, I don't think that's irrelevant. And yeah, I think we
Yeah, I thought you wanted to
need
rescind the report
accountability
anyhow.
for people that have actually caused major damage to our affiliates, like in Delaware and New Hampshire and where else? Massachusetts. I think we pursued it in Idaho, in Michigan, several other states that have cost probably more than this, and a lot more damage, and a lot of in Virginia. Some accountability here would be good, but that probably won't happen. So services were rendered. Maybe the services were poor. Fine, that happens. Let's sue every contractor that we've had. Let's sue everybody that failed to disclose any conflict, members of this committee included. So I think this is dumb. I think it is going to be a huge financial sink that members, obviously, if they want us to pursue this, they just don't care about the organization's survival. I think it's a complete betrayal of the movement and anything.
You know who
that
didn't
we
care about
want
the
to
organization's
accomplish.
survival? You know who is
So,
actively
good
trying
luck
to make
with
it fail? Angela McCardle.
I have again, I apologize. I have another question. When appropriate.
Go ahead, Pat.
So let me reflect on very briefly on a personal situation I had many years ago. I worked for a tech startup based out of Utah. And ultimately, I wasn't paid the salary I was owed. And after waiting a couple of years for a trial, finally had a trial, and then waited another year with more motions. And then I won. So I was like, all right, cool. All right, maybe I get some of my money back. And I got a judgment, and then it was appealed. And that started the entire process over again. All right.
Yes, that is what it
You
comes to.
know, I we had $1 million in the bank, I'd be a hell of a lot less concerned. But again, we don't.
And we won't
And there's
until
a
we take
lot of
care of
reasons for
this.
that are unimportant at this moment.
I think
It's a
they're very
reality
important
check. Now, if
because
folks
they
want
directly
to
bear on this.
get my support on this, again, I would say let's fundraise. As we've done so many other cases, we've actually fundraised for issues and projects so that the
Sorry,
painter
Karen.
is not coming out of operating funds.
It's because Kyle paused to talk. Kyle paused to
We
pull
are
that board.
entering into a black hole financially with this. Lots of motions back and forth. We could be looking at 60 or 70,000 or more. And again, once the case is won, and I'm being, I'll just to say optimistic on behalf of the LNC, then what happens? Are you ready to sign up part of it, of whatever is won, to pay for more lawyers? Now, this is not
Yes.
a case where you've got an organization using our
In order to appeal it, she has
copyright,
to pay too.
patent, whatever intergalactic protections we
I don't know if
have.
she can afford an appeal.
This is a business case.
Right.
And as a result,
Like,
is not
that's an excellent point. Like, if it's 50 grand
Reminder,
for
I
us,
made the point that Kyle's now enumerating.
I said that. That's
I'm,
a good
I'm
point.
joking. I'm joking. That was 100% a joke.
It's me by far, Joe. So it like if it's 50 grand for us, it's 50 grand for Angela, and we all know that the only place she get 50 grand from is what she stole. So
Or
if she
possibly the
wants to
Mises
appeal-
Caucus, but then like they can bankrupt
Yeah.
the Mises Caucus if they want.
right? If the Mises Caucus is okay with their chair using their money for her own personal gain, that's their problem. They're a private organization, after all, and allowed to do whatever they want.
germane to the survival of the party. Unless this money is separately provided for, I can't imagine a scenario in which we should be putting at risk tens of thousands of dollars, the money that should be spent on ballot access or any one of 100 things that would promote liberty in our lifetime. I'm disappointed, quite frankly, that I didn't get more detail than, I asked very specifically for a real analysis of what the cost could potentially be. And right now we're just guessing.
If she gets a job in the
And I
Trump
get it.
administration,
No
she
lawyer
can pay the
wants to
fees.
commit to it, but right now we're just guessing. And my request at the time was well considered. No one objected to it. Now, a week or two later, here we are. So, on a practical level, the votes probably exist to move forward with this. I just,
So then why
from a financial level, again,
are we still
how much
going
is it worth to you to maybe get some consideration back from Angela? And how much is it worth for the cash flow and the ongoing operations of the park?
Mr. Watkins and then Mr. McMahon. Mr. Watkins.
Pat, we did get information about 10 minutes before the meeting started, so you
Oh,
should have done your homework. But I would like, I do have a couple things, but I would like a little more clarification on Mr. Dar, on what Mr. Dar said about the SIC report not being relevant. What public information is relevant exactly? And what does this look like? Just clarify, like, what is the angle?
I think what I meant was that the SIC is not necessarily when you go into this type of action, you start fresh. It's based on the misappropriation of funds, but the SIC, well, maybe it's helpful, I don't know, to the attorneys. It's not necessarily dependent on the SIC, if that makes sense. They may find some stuff in there interesting, I don't know. but it's a sort of independent thing, which I think was what Mr. Dar was asking.
Okay.
So the case is based on the misappropriation of funds through Freedom Calls LLC. And that's what we're pursuing is the money that we've spent on that, which is close to $50,000. And that's what we're looking to hopefully get back.
So we'll be out $50,000.
That's
$50,000.
what they said.
Cool.
But McCardle's getting a job in the Trump administration, so she can pay
Mr.
the
McMahon, did you still wish to be recognized?
Nope.
Okay. All right, well, I don't see any more hands, so if there's no more debate on this item, then Mr. Secretary will move to our vote.
Chair Nakala,
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Dar,
I vote aye.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford,
Nay.
Mr. Watkins.
No.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 4 yeses and 2 nos.
Motion passes.
Welcome,
All
Jared.
right, next up is move to increase budget line 8210-20.
Oh boy, Austin's
Legal
here.
proactive by $10,000 and to authorize payment
I'll bet he
from
talks
the
out of
same
turn.
budget line
Curiosity.
in the amount of $10,000 to Barnaby
Showed
and
up 27 minutes in
for
out of a
civil
45-minute
litigation
meeting.
representation. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. So this is simply authorizing the transfer of funds of $10,000 to the attorneys, which we'll be signing on to. I don't think I need to speak much more on it than that. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Mr. Secretary, if you'd like to start a ballot.
Okay. Chair Nakala,
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Dar,
Vote yes.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford,
I'll abstain.
Mr. Watkins.
No.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 4 yes, 1 no, and 1 abstention.
The ayes have it. Next is move to authorize Chair Nakala to execute a retainer agreement with the law office of Gary Fielder to take immediate civil action against the New Mexico Secretary of State on behalf of and with our New Mexico affiliate with 25.
Again, this is something that
Is
should
this
be
not correct?
all over the mainstream press, and no one is working on it at all. This is a
All
huge
right, I'm gonna wait a
coalition
second.
issue where we could be working with all minor parties and no one care. All right. A massive comms failure. All of this, all of this has downstream effects, positive and negative. Downstream effects of actually promoting this suit would be
Did you
incredible
give those kids an earful?
in terms
They were banging on
of
my door.
Oh,
visibility.
jeez. I didn't hear it.
So they were screaming and yelling up here in the mezzanine and banging on my door. So I was like politely, hey kids, I'm in a meeting. Could you please not play up here and be a little quiet? You were right, but I'm totally willing to just sorry, Mel. That was well timed. Did you already go through?
No, and I'm going to finish off real quick. So this is for the New Mexico Secretary of State, suit against civil action against the New Mexico Secretary of State on behalf of and with their New Mexico affiliate with a $2,500 retainer already paid, we already paid this, and a $200 hourly rate. Is there a second?
Second.
So just so everybody's aware, we've been working with Derek Scott,
And people
the
aren't
chair
aware,
of
and
the-
they should
the
be, because you
rightful,
haven't done shit
Libertarian
for earned
Party New
media.
Mexico affiliate. They are fond of Gary Fielder, and we've already issued a $2,500 retainer, which we've paid through the affiliate. And this is authorizing them to go ahead and take action against the Secretary of State. This is our ballot access case there.
Anyone who cares
And,
about
if
ballot
there's any
access
questions
for
or
minor parties
discussion,
and for the
we'll-
Libertarian Party should be incensed
I'll
that this
recognize
isn't
Mr.
getting
Randy.
promoted
I
in the
have my hand up.
media.
Mm-hmm.
There is no
I just wanted to
attempt
state that this
outside of circulating
this is
some
the
emails.
attorney that that our affiliate wanted to use. They were already prepared. He's been working on it. We just had a delay in getting the retainer agreement from him, but now we have it.
Any further discussion? Going once, twice, 3 times? All right, we'll take it to a vote.
Okay, Chair Nikela,
I vote yes.
Vice Chair Dar,
Vote yes.
Treasurer Redpath.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
Yes.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 6 yes, 0 no, and 0 abstentions.
Motion passes. Right. Next is move to authorize Chair Nikela to execute a retainer agreement with Fresh IP PLC to initiate civil action against parties in New Mexico infringing on the Libertarian National Committee's trademarked intellectual property with a $20,000 retainer and a $300 per hour rate. Is there a second?
Second.
All right.
This
so
is
we've
a
worked with
mistake, by
Fresh
the
IP
way.
in the past. They've actually done IP
This is a
work
case
for
that will
us.
be lost.
So this isn't their first rodeo. They, some of them are libertarians over there. So pleasure to work with those folks. At one point, this was going to be done pro bono through our general counsel, but that got blown up due to 2 members of this body. So we are asking for a $20,000 retainer to pursue Fresh IP.
I think at this point,
for
Bill
the
just is
White
always
Gold New
super
Mexico
annoyed.
affiliate, to retain our IP.
But yeah, the Libertarian Party of
Is
New
there
Mexico
any discussion?
preceded the Libertarian National Committee.
Didn't we
It
already
is
allocate?
simply
Well, we have
now
to plan it.
run by
Mr.
someone that
Chair.
the LNC doesn't like,
10,000.
and they've given.
Mr. Chair, let me
They
speak
want to give their
this.
name to another affiliate.
This is one, it's the authorizing the retainer agreement, which has not been approved as of yet. The next motion is actually increasing the ballot budget line for the litigation.
Mr. Chair, just a point, if I could.
Can I finish what I was saying, Mr. Ford?
Go ahead, Mr. McMahon.
Okay, this is authorizing the retainer agreement. The next motion increases the ballot line because the original budget that we passed for the all-encompassing New Mexico issues was only 20,000.
Okay.
We've authorized 2,500 for the ballot access case, and so this is wanting to move that a little bit more so there's room in case. But this one just is the retainer agreement. The next one is the actual budget line.
Okay. And I do have a follow-up question. I thought for not having those 2 members on the litigation committee surrounding this specific issue, that was going to resolve the pro bono issue.
We were hoping.
That's what I was led to believe when we were talking about this.
That's what we were all hoping, but unfortunately it did not assuage concerns, and our general counsel already took up some other work in the meantime. So I'm as bummed as you are.
I don't think McCardle is planning on attending the convention in Grand Rapids. I think she's
Mr.
planning
Ford
on
had a point. So we
gotta
having a
spend 20
counter
grand.
event at the
Mr.
same
Chair.
time, as my guess.
Agreed.
So yeah, when that happens, y'all just know that I called that.
I think the only 2 real possibilities are that there's a counter event, or she's terrified of people not showing up and is trying to convince people to show up. Like, that's what's going on here.
Yeah, but she said, we need some kind of thing to unite. There's that word. The MAGA coalition and people calling themselves libertarians. Stay tuned for an announcement. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna come have a counter event in Grand Rapids. With what money, I don't know, but yeah, stay tuned for that.
Austin's not allowed to talk in this one, Joe. So hopefully that he doesn't get called on.
Oh, I think he
Mr.
will.
Ford.
He'll just start
Well, we'll
screaming.
make that back up.
Mr. Ford,
We'll make the 50 grand back, so it's fine.
I apologize, connectivity issues here. I just want to point out sort of the
That's
obvious.
weird. Office in Boston.
Libertarian Game of Thrones has real costs. When folks decide, in the case of New Mexico, that it's more important to fight for the future of the party, as they seem to indicate there's some nobility in, and there's none. The future of the party,
Absolutely is.
the immediacy of the party is that we get to spend money on legal fees, and we don't get to spend money on advertising, brand building, ballot access, any one of a number of things. This is the cost. And I just want to remind people that in another year or so, we're going to be starting up yet another presidential cycle. And great affiliates will reach out to us and say, help. And we won't be able to because of money like this. Now, I completely support any effort to aid in the assistance of our IP in New Mexico, completely support it. But this is what you call a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This didn't have to happen. So for all the folks in New Mexico who thought they were going to show us, they've accomplished nothing. And thanks to them, we'll accomplish less. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. All right, I don't see any other hands from the XCOM. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready for a ballot.
Actually, Mr. Chair,
What's going on?
What?
this is about a region, and there is a region rep that did have his hand up. I would recognize him as long as it is only to this topic, Mr. Martin.
It's never only to this topic.
Is there any-
Mr. Martin,
Also, he's an alt.
is there any objection
Yeah.
to hearing from Mr. Martin? Go ahead, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for having me, everybody. How's the day? Okay, so defamation aside, the issue with New Mexico and the cost associated with it is simply the cost of litigation. The lawyer in question asked me to stop a corruption probe where I was blowing the whistle and
I'm
trying
sorry,
to
I thought
highlight
you
an
wanted
issue.
to speak
No,
about.
this is relevant. This is directly relevant. This is
I
directly
know why-
relevant. And I am the
If you
reason
talk
that I
about
would
our
like to-
attorney,
I
I'm
would
going to
like
mute you. So if you're going to talk about our
You all,
general counsel,
you all just.
I'm going to boot you from
This
this
is an
call.
issue. You all just. I hear you.
Okay, we're not.
I
gonna-
thought you wanted to speak about this motion, Mr. Martin.
I don't think you
not
did.
Something
And that's why I'm very confused as to why you
else. I
moved
thought
that
you
he
wanted to talk
recognized.
about this for your affiliate. I think you froze, or did I freeze?
I think you might have froze, sir. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's me. I'm sorry.
It's not.
It was not.
If you want to
So,
talk
the
about this
$20,000
issue with your
cost-
affiliate, go
The
ahead.
$20,000 cost in question was an attempt to extort me from being able to not talk about what's happening in Region 1 and the misconduct that's occurring there. I've definitely been in contact with the New Mexico chair, and I'm pretty certain he understands that situation. The problem here is that we have a lot of libertarian Game of Thrones going on, as Mr. Ford said, and we have members of staff and outsiders, lawyers, and international figures of mystery who are all interested in putting their fingers on the scale
Can you pause
and
this?
attacking people's
Just want to update people.
reputations.
So what he's talking about, everyone, is that this was going to be pro bono work, and Austin Martin and Andrew Chatterton were so horrible about pestering Oliver Hall with questions about things that Oliver said, I can no longer work on this pro bono. You know, there's a risk of being defamed, my name being defamed, my career being in question. I can't do this pro bono anymore because of what Austin Martin and Andrew Chatterton are doing. So now they have to pay $20,000. Austin Martin is interpreting that as a $20,000 attempt to extort him, just so you can try and figure out the machinations of that logic. And I use the word logic incorrectly. Go ahead.
The argument that they're making is that because after they had started going after Oliver, Oliver was like, I'll do this for you as long as those two aren't part of the committee. That means that Oliver was trying to pay to make sure they couldn't see anything into the committee, which is kind of even more crazy, right? Like,
Well, the accusation is
right.
That somehow constitutes extortion.
Yep.
The fact is that the New Mexico situation has been waiting for months and months and months with no action. We could have done this months ago, should have done this months ago, but we're dragging our feet for political purposes. This whole thing has been an absolute disaster. We need to get this authorized, and we need to do it without trying to blame or do the political one-upsmanship, and
Like you're
without
doing right
using
now.
our in-house attorneys as weapons against members.
I like the
I mean,
sassy
saying
Evan
that you're going to
point.
give somebody.
You were the one who made
I'm
him
not on the
move to
litigation
recognize him.
committee as a regional representative
Yep.
because Oliver promised that money.
Hi, Mr. Chair.
All right, that's enough.
You
We
guys
had a plan
broke your word.
until you fucked it up.
You broke he broke no.
All right. Let's go ahead.
That was a
Chair
mad
Nikela.
Stephen Nikela.
Aye.
Vice Chair Dar,
That was
Yes.
almost hot, actually.
Treasurer
Well,
Redpath.
hot.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yep.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 6 yes, 0 no's, 0 abstention. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sharing my screen. Just got a little frustrated being blamed for things. That was the recorded vote. 6 yes, 0 no's, 0 abstentions.
All right, motion passes. Next is move to increase budget line 8210-20, legal proactive by $10,000 and to authorize payment from the same budget line in the amount of $20,000 to Fresh IP PLC for civil litigation representation. Is there a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
Same thing. This is just an increase our line item by an extra 10,000, so we have some wiggle room there. Hopefully, we don't have to spend it all, but we'll see. Any discussion? Hearing none.
I think I stated this a second ago, that this is just increasing the budget line, another 10,000. We had allocated 20,000 for all of New Mexico, which included the trademark and the ballot access case, 2,500 allocated already to, which we did that. We actually did the allocation for the trademark, I think, in Dallas. So that was already reserved for them. So we needed to increase the budget line to pay the retainer for Fresh IP. That's all.
Discussion going once, twice, 3 times. Hearing none, we'll take it to a vote. Mr. Secretary?
Mr. Nikela, or Chair Nikela,
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Dar,
I vote yes.
Treasurer Redpath,
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins,
Yes.
Mr.
How do
Chair.
we
the
know
vote
it's
is
gonna
6
only be
yes, 0
$20,000?
no's, and 0 abstentions.
Motion passes. All right, that brings us to the end of our agenda. The chair will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Subject to the consideration.
We can party.
Who did the motion to adjourn?
I'm asking the body.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any objection? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 7:42.
I'm appealing.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair Nikela, can I again engage in shameless self-promotion of the upcoming convention?
Of course, that is always in order, sir.
Please do.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
not in order,
A couple
actually,
of
if there's
things.
no
Yeah,
meeting. There's
if
nothing.
Folks
There's
listening in
call
tonight
it
got
in
a
order.
flavor
Sorry.
with some of the speeches, the speechifying that's going to happen. We're trying to give it this sort of a revival tent feeling. We want people leaving the meeting on fire. I'm
Literally
hoping
on
people got their
fire.
hotel rooms because despite the concerns of those no longer with us, they're moving right along and we still have conventions to go. There is some outstanding training being offered, and this is the really important point for tonight. And we're reaching out to state chairs to see if individual affiliates can sponsor some of their members. One of them I call the care and feeding of volunteers, and it's called Building a Volunteer Army. Now, this is all on LNC 2026. It's 2 days of training specifically geared to recruiting and managing volunteers. And I think from an issue basis, the biggest challenge we have as a movement is recruiting and managing volunteers. And this will speak directly to that.
Maybe give them
We
a cooler
promise, and
name,
we will
like
stick to this,
Unholy Army
that
of the Night.
there will be no sessions, training,
That's what I do.
breakouts during convention business. So there's 2 tracks, this and a marketing course
I will
that's being offered
definitely
by
have a
the Leadership
breakout during
Institute.
convention business.
It's
I get very stressed.
Saturday and Sunday
all over my
morning,
forehead.
and Saturday and Sunday afternoon at lunch.
Y'all know
Meals are
I got my
provided.
oxy pads
It's
ready.
2 days of training for $179. And again, we encourage state affiliates to send their people,
Zip
invest
my
in their
chin.
people, get this training, take it home with you as more than just a souvenir, and use it as a tool to fire up your volunteer army. So right
It
on
will
LNC
have a
2026,
dumpster fire,
we
Joe.
reached out to the
It will be held
we
in
had
a
something like
dumpster.
a 70,000 piece email go out. Thank you, Drew, and the crew at headquarters. We're going to be reaching out to chairs the next day or two. So anyone has any questions, that phone number at the top, I'll leave you this. There's a phone number that you can
My
text.
chair.
It's at the top of the convention website. Guess where that rings? Guess where that texts? Right here. I've gotten 1 call since
Pat
we've been on
Ford's
this
pocket.
meeting. So
And if you
folks,
want to
if
be
you
in
have
Pat Ford's
questions,
pocket,
1 phone call with me, even with the 15 minutes of pleasantries that we'll engage in, will save approximately 22.5 emails. So reach out if you have any questions. Thank you. The schedule, by the way, has been submitted to our webmaster, and the preliminary schedule will be up on the website hopefully shortly. Thank you all.
And Pat, correct me if I'm wrong, but the main hotel is sold out or near selling out. So the
Sold out.
next closest
Right.
hotels are going to be going fast. So people better book today
Yep.
so they don't have to. They can save some time walking.
It
you
would
guys party
kill
with me
me
at the Marriott Courtyard.
if
It's
people
got
right now
better
we've got a
beds.
rate at the other 3 hotels, and all 3 hotels are on the website.
It does. That's
Um,
why I booked a room there.
We've got a rate of 142 a night plus theft, which if anyone's
Yeah.
traveled recently knows how insane hotel prices have gone. Free market rates in
The
that market
Hilton is
are already
known
pushing towards
for
200
being the
bucks.
only
It
place
would
where
kill
Tom
me
Queter
if
can
people
live and not
wasted
or stay and not
their
bring
money
phones.
because they didn't get the reservation in time.
I went for the Hilton.
There's still rooms. We're in good shape, but time's marching on. So please, and
the
again,
Hilton's where I
did I
stay in
mention,
Arlington.
if you
We know how
run
that
into
went last
issues
time.
with your room reservations or anything, please
That's
reach
true.
out to me. We're doing our best to get back to people as quickly as possible. Incredibly enough, I'm done, Mr. Chair.
Well, thank
Moment
you
of
so much, Pat.
self-awareness
least
from
Pat
Pat
knows.
Ford.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off. My kid wants me, so I'm gonna go. Have a good night. Yeah, and I'll
Me
see you all
too.
soon.
Did your kid ask you what fuck meant?
Night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
And that's it.
There we go.
So, jumping back to the Evan point, for those of the right age, those millennials and Gen Xers and things, did anyone else get a techno Viking feeling for just a second there?
What is that? What is a techno Viking?
Not knowing techno Viking as a millennial is painful, Amanda. Techno Viking is
I've been
love.
called a
Techno
Zennial.
Viking is life.
Or a zillennial, whatever they're called.
So here you go. Here's some images of Techno Viking.
I never needed to see that.
Techno Viking is incredible.
Still don't. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can carry at convention, because the hotel, at least the main hotel, does not allow weapons on the premises. But I really would like to be able to show off my new firearm. Yep, it's actually a firearm. It's not these guns, but it could be. I guess.
You're not going to tell the people what you got?
Can I tell the people what I got?
Yeah, sure.
Should I tell the people what I got?
I mean, I think they're going to giggle. I'm for this giggle.
How much should I reveal here?
I mean, that you're getting a thing.
I'm getting a thing, guys. I'm getting a thing. I'm this is fucking hard. I'm getting a Bolo Mauser. An authentic Bolo Mauser. What did you say? It was 1919?
Yep.
Okay, 1919. A genuine Bolo Mauser. That might have that probably never saw battle because it's in incredibly good shape. So that's exciting. Yeah, shall not be infringed indeed, Phil. I'm looking forward to it. It's a good firearm. Okay. Anyway,
here you go. People can see it. Like, this is not exactly hers, but this is the thing that she's got coming with the short barrel Han Solo pistol and the stock and everything. And it is legitimately like solidly Russian Civil War German, broom handle gun. So it's pretty neat. Gotta say.
be fun.
I'm jelly.
All right, so that's the meeting. That's what we got. We've got litigation moving forward for Angela McArdle. Again, if she wants to drain the Mises Caucus's coffers to fight this and appeal many times, go right ahead. In some ways, I might enjoy that. But any commentary from you, Kyle? Any commentary from you, chat, on Holy Army of the Night?
1. Donate. 2.
Yes.
LPA.
Donate, yes, to get Povertarians to Grand Rapids. I just knocked over my space heater. To get Povertarians. I know you're angry. It's P4. I gotcha. Okay. Give me an error code. Get Povertarians to Grand Rapids.
I just thought you were talking about what you've done in the last hour.
All profits will go to getting the Povertarians to Grand Rapids. Join us on Discord, discord.gg/LPAlliance if you want to get involved, LP-Alliance if you want to get involved in case you can't read. And follow us on social media on X at LP_allies. Go check out The Torch, thetorch.media. Go submit to The Torch. And check us out tomorrow night, guys. Tomorrow night is the night. Tomorrow night is our Kronstadt stream. If you don't know what the hell Kronstadt is, then clearly you did not join us this time last year for the Kronstadt stream. But we will be going through this day in Liberty history, the history of the Kronstadt uprising, and we'll do some talking about it. Speaking of Bolo Mausers, I think it's poetic, personally. I think it's incredibly poetic, me carrying a Bolo Mauser. And I stand by that. And that's what I'll tell anyone who interviews me about it. All right.
So for anybody who's watching this and might have a connection, the thing she wants most of all is to be able to talk to Nick Gillespie about her Bolo Mauser.
That's not true. That's not. I don't.
At National, as the new LNC vice chair.
To me if I have a Bolo Mauser. I hadn't considered what I would say to him, or if I would be able to say anything. I might just blush and giggle.
May he rest in peace, but now that Brian can't possibly be covering us this year, maybe listen to Nick. And in that case,
Nick
Amanda, we will for the first time see Amanda have color.
I think he's an amazing writer, and he's done a lot for Reason. A lot of people have done a lot of things for Reason over the years, and I really admire Nick Gillespie. That's all.
He's a handsome-looking guy with a similar fashion sense as Amanda.
I really just care about the articles. I hope he never sees this.
So, for Playgirl magazine, if you did a Nick Gillespie issue, you'd get one sale.
You get more than one sale. He's got a wife.
She doesn't need to buy it. She can just tell him to take off his pants.
Yeah, but he'll have
All right, everybody.
photos.